Who's my pretty baby? Who's my pretty baby? Socks is singing a beautiful song because he just had a bowl of biscuits and he's a very happy man cat now. He's got a full tummy. He's got a full tummy. I know. It's 9:09 a.m. I'm waking up earlier these days. It's a bit weird. I'm not normally an early morning person. Yes. 9 o'clock on a Saturday. And the pussycats are fed. There's no man sleeping next to me. And if there was, I'd probably be dead. Oh, he says, that's a dark nursery rhyme, Mama T. I know, but there is a history. There is a history. He says, are you going to manifest a happy, joyous, loving life with a nice man one day? I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to have trust in the universe that there is a nice man out there that I can trust. How is that going to happen, Socks? He says, will you let me into your world, Mama T? That I did, Soxy, that I did. And you've been a very nice man cat that I can trust most of the time, except for when you go on your little ran-tan-tans for 2 days and go missing and no one knows where you go. Probably down the sewer. But you haven't done that for quite some time, probably about a year. You've been a slowly declining into senility man cat who just lies on the kitchen bench now, demanding tribute. Tribute, Socks. I know the dog's going nuts outside. What can we do? It's what doggies do. Doggies always go nuts when I try to make videos of you and the bird. He's got jealousy issues. He wants it all to be about him. Yes, maybe he's a narcissist. Is Beauregard a narcissist? No, he's just a doggy. He's just a doggy. You're a beautiful cat, Socks. Can you sing for us again? I want to hear you sing. Sing a song of sixpence. I forgot the whole rest of it. Sing a song of sixpence. Something, something, something. 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in the pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to cry. That doesn't sound right. I've made that whole thing up. He says if there was 4 and 20 blackbirds baked in a pie, don't you think they'd all be dead? I know, somebody made that whole thing up. Also, if there were 4 and 20 blackbirds, at least one of them would have been eaten by the cat. Don't you think? Although at this house, at Sacred Space Socks, it's the crows that are killing the birdies outside. They killed 2 last week. I was a bit shocked. Stealing their eggs and killing the birdies now one by one. It's just nasty. But they're Odin's messengers, so we'll have to tolerate that, won't we? Odin sending his ravens. Mama T, he says, you're extrapolating again because they're not ravens, they're Australian crows. Well, they're the next best thing, aren't they? I mean, we don't live in Norway, Sweden or Denmark, do we? We were stuck here in Australia with the common Australians, who some are descendants of Viking, but the majority are they're just all a bit, what can we say? what can we say? They're a bit diverse and multicultural, which is great. It's how we want things. But they don't get about the Viking thing. I didn't get it either until I became one. Till I became a Viking warrior goddess. And that only kicked in the last time somebody tried to kill me. I thought, it's time. It's time I reclaimed my ancient powers of the ancient ones. Yes, I know. I tell you what, socks. The last time somebody tried to kill me, I came very close to murdering them instead. That was a full-blown post-traumatic response. And you know what? Apart from the thought that I might have been stuck in jail for 20 years, I'm a bit sorry I didn't do it. Yes, that was Skatey. Skatey is still roaming around being a fucking neo-Nazi and a fucking pig. Probably still beating all his girlfriends. And probably still a sexual predator on children for all we know. I had suspicions when he wanted the little girls of the family friends to sleep next to him on the floor when he was lying there. I complained about that quite vociferously. I said little girls should not be lying with family friends on the living room floor. So that was the end of my beautiful relationship. They got rid of me because I didn't like their pederasty. Well, I had to do what I had to do to protect the children. Even if nothing was happening yet, that was definitely grooming behaviours. Grooming behaviours, socks. Mama is not going to endorse grooming behaviours of sweet little girls with a big burly fucking feral, drug-soaked, neo-Nazi, flaming, abusive men. Gross. Anyway, Courtney begged me not to kill him, and it made me realise there was a moment there when even he thought I was going to do it. So I had to pull myself back and rein myself in and be a respectable, polite, genteel woman. Sock says you should have just sliced his head off. Well, he did threaten me first, didn't he, with the samurai sword. One does not threaten the Tanya with ornamental samurai swords. He was too frickin' stoned to have got off the couch in time to get it. However, in a rage, I had already analysed that I could jump over his head and pull that sword down off the wall and slice his head off before he could even think about it. Yes, I know. And when Courtney saw the look on my face and said, "Don't do it, Tanya," that was the end of that beautiful relationship. Not that it was beautiful or much of a relationship. He chose his neo-Nazi, gronking, bottom-feeding, fucking useless animal freaking friends over me. There is that. Do I have any regrets? No, not really. What good is a man that puts his friends before you? It's like my ex-husband used to send me out in times of danger, down the stairs first to fend off any prowlers at the house, like the coward he is. Instead of protecting me and the children, he'd send me out first. And I'd go because I'm fearless. But, you know, I lost a lot of respect for that man that day too. That was also the end of that marriage, really. A man who won't defend and protect his women and children is no man in my eyes. Comes a point in time when you have to know you can depend on your loved ones to be there for you. And the tests come in times of danger. Like that Tom Sheridan was saying about all the men that crybabied in front of their children about COVID, that they were all going to die, and traumatised all their young children, that daddy's not a protective factor in their life. He's an Irishman, and maybe it's my little bit of Irish blood, but I completely agree with her. I mean, you know, a few generations ago, people were going to war and getting their heads shot off to protect their families. And here's this generation sitting around crying, we're going to die of COVID, and frightening their little infant children. It's absurd is what it is. Utterly absurd. So, Socks, we have a problem. Your mother is still a warrior goddess, and the rest of society has become zombified, defective, and quite frankly, piss weak. The police don't protect women from domestic violence because they're piss weak, and the men aren't out there protecting women. Maybe a few good souls, but by and large the rest just turn a blind eye or protect their mates over their women. So this is what we have come to, Socks. Socks says, Mama, I was having a nice time singing you a lovely song, and you've gone all very dark on me again. Yes, you're correct, Socks. Let's think about happy thoughts. Happy thoughts today are sing a song, a Socksy song, a song of triumph and deliverance from evil. Can you hear it? Yes. Happy thoughts are, Socksy, Mummy is going to Point O'Halloran. Point Halloran or Point O'Halloran? Point Halloran, I think it is. They dropped the O. Anywho, we're going to Point Halloran for our Sacred Space Spiritual Social Circle that I started. And we're going to talk about ghosts. What do you think of that, Socks? He says, oh, there's a few ghosts in this house. Yes, there's a few ghosts in this house. I love you. I love you. I love you with all my darkness and turpitude and fury and righteous anger, and I love you with all my squishy delights in the garden, in the joyous sacred space garden of delight. I love you in all your fluffiness. I love you even though you acted out and pissed through everything for 2 whole days, and it took me a week to get all the cushions dry. I love the crazy cat. Do we love the crazy cat? The crazy cat loves the crazy mama too. Yes. I thought about going out last night. Yes, it's the dog out there. I thought about going out last night, but I'd been working on jewellery all day and I was so tired. And then I thought, what's the point in going out with all those awful people who are drunk and inappropriate? It's not fun for me. I'd rather stay home and pound forks. Metaphor for my life. Thor's hammer has finally been activated. Socks. I'm hammering forks and jewellery into shape and being weird. Being weird. That's alright. Being weird. better get Charlie out of bed. Say good morning to Charlie. She wants to go out in the sunshine and be a birdie. Better do that right now. Charlie, you singing a song too? Charlie! Oh my goodness. So many demands on my time. So many demands on my time. But happy demands on my time. We're going to be social at Sacred Space. Social at Sacred Space. There we go, my beautiful boy. Here's my beautiful boy. Love you. Good morning. Good morning, good morning.